Hello, Facebook Live land. It's Foundation Friday, May 12th, 2017, the first edition of what will become a regular feature here, Foundation Friday. Well, I will share a basic tip, strategy, idea, concept, clue, something to help you that's extremely basic to help you with your marketing of your business or as an entrepreneur. So if you are an advanced marketer, then Fridays will not be the day that you should want to tune in to my Facebook Live videos. But if you are more on the just starting out end, then these could be extremely beneficial to you. And as always, I start with my Rhino of the Day out of my collection in honor of Foundation Friday, teaching the basics. This is just a simple basic Rhino clip. So it's got some kind of clipping mechanism on the back that I cannot figure out how to open or close or what the heck to do with it. However, it remains on one of my shelves full of rhinos. It is some kind of a ceramic clip with a couple of rhinos on it, and I'm not sure what to do with it, but it will go back and sit on my shelf. Today's tip is the #1 mistake business owners make with their ads, and that is to put their name and or their logo at the top. And this goes for ads, brochures, business cards, trucks. What's up, Rich? Great seeing you tonight. And this goes for just about anything that message that any business owner puts out. You're almost always going to see their name and or their logo at the top. And it's usually because they just don't know any better. They're not watching this video. They're not my client. They're not learning the basics of effective marketing. So they're doing the basics of ineffective marketing, because the name of the company very rarely is the reason why anybody's going to call your business. I'm not talking about people that know you. People that have done business with you in the past, or that know you, or get a referral, and of course, you know, repeat business, your name has something to do with it. It's going to evoke a positive image and possibly get people to call you. I'm talking about an ad or a brochure that is specifically going to generate new business. The strangers that don't know you, why would you put your name at the top of the ad? It doesn't mean anything. In a very rare case, however, it could if the name of your business conveys a reason they would call you. For instance, 1 hour plumber. And then below it, the tagline is, if we're not there in an hour, the call is free. The appointment is free, or whatever. So the name 1 hour plumber, that could be good if that's the name of your company. If your company's Roto-Rooter, that's also good if you're a plumber, because that is a recognized name. There have been millions and millions of dollars put in to the marketing and the knowledge, the acceptance of that brand name for probably about 100 years. So if you got that and you're a franchisee of Roto-Rooter, then by all means you can put that at the top of your ad. And this is, in my opinion, why small business owners make this mistake. They see big, well-known companies put their name at the top of the ad, and the small, unknown small business owner thinks, gee, I ought to do that too, because that's what they're doing. Wrong again too. Okay, they're doing that again because they have sunk millions of dollars, sometimes more, and decades, sometimes longer, into the recognition, positive recognition about that brand name. If you're just starting out, or you're small, or people don't know who you are, then you don't have that, and therefore you should not copy the companies that do that. So give an example here. This just came in the mail. Yeah, SSS, which is the name of my corporation, right? Successful Selling Systems, Inc. And that was the name of my fantasy sports game business, which was, what the heck was it? It was SSS. It was Simulated Sports Services. That's it. And of course you have Steve Scott Sipress, my name with the SSS initials, so I wonder where I got those. So see, the name SSS 30 years ago in the fantasy sports world, when it was the largest company in the industry, that could have meant something to people. But I'm pretty sure I never made the mistake of putting that at the top of my ad. How silly that would have been. I put a headline at the top of my ad, which is what you need to do instead. So here's an example. It's just arrived in the mail today. Typical postcard you get. And there it is. Postcard arrives and says, name of the company logo right at the top, Affiliated Dermatology. They're so proud of it that Affiliated has a trademark and Dermatology has a R, registered logo. So whatever it is, they're all proud of how much money they must have paid for somebody to put this full color 3 thing, whatever, looks like a bird or something. Well, whatever. It's no reason anybody's going to call or be interested or buy your thing. Okay, and then, so for all intents and purposes, though, their headline here is Botox $7.50 a unit. So this is good if you want to attract the worst customer possible, the one who shops only on price and looks for the cheapest everything. Anyone who's a business owner can tell you, am I wrong? That's the worst customer. They will complain about everything because they're price shoppers. And you'll know this if you ever venture into a Walmart. Or, God forbid, it's Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. You're going to take your mom to McDonald's? Like, it's not the type of business that I like to work with, not one that I would ever own. Although I did 9 years of door-to-door sales where that was our entire pitch. That was our entire differentiating features. We had the lowest price on whatever the stuff we were carrying. So I know it works, and I've done it, and I make it work. But I prefer to sell on quality and value and other things other than price. And so now here's the reason. This is a postcard. So even on the back, they put their name and logo at the top, and there's a reason to do that on a postcard because that would be, no, wrong side. That would be the return address. But on here, interestingly enough, they don't even have a return address. So again, no reason to put that name at the top. Okay, have you heard the saying, people don't care what you know until they know that you care? Okay, and it's similar saying people don't care what your name of your company is until they first know what you can do for them. So if this postcard arrived and told me about something that could benefit me, that I was interested in, believe me, then when I decide that's great, I want to call these people or go visit them, then believe me, I will find the name and the address and the phone number or the website or whatever of the company. None of that belongs at the top. That all goes at the bottom. First thing you got to do, I'm talking about the postcard, I'm not even showing you. First thing you've got to do is give people a reason to even read the rest of the postcard. There's some messaging, what we call copy down here, but no one's even going to read that unless this catches their eye. And again, this is going to catch the eye of the bargain shopping worst customer you can have. Here's one reason they're really a bad customer, as you might know if you've done Groupons or Clipper coupons or postcards like this or whatever, and then you would just, I get these calls all the time, they complain to me, yeah, you know, postcards don't work, Groupon doesn't work, you know, not everything doesn't work, Clipper coupon, none of it works because they do it like this. And they go, yeah, we got a lot of people came in once, they never came back. Well, of course not, because a postcard arrived on their doorstep a week later and it said Botox $7.49 a unit, and they were gone, never coming back to you. Or likely whatever you normally charge is another reason they're not coming back. The postcard says $7.50 a unit. Then you tell them, yeah, that was the introductory with the postcard. Thanks for coming in. And now, from now on, you can buy a package of 6 treatments for X amount or whatever now at the normal amount. They're just going to sit home and wait for the next postcard that comes and says $8 a unit, 7, 5, 10, 12, whatever it is. It's less than your normal rate, and they're not coming back. So this is the wrong way to do it. So headline goes at the top of the ad. Headline with a reason, first of all, to read the rest of the ad. Okay, studies show that about 80% of people read a headline and only 20% of people read the rest. So you might as well increase your opportunity, your chances for people to read the rest by making an effective headline. Make sense? So headline can have a number of features. I'm not going to be, this is Foundation Friday, just the basics. So that's the basics right there. And if you want to learn more, contact me, steve@stevesipress.com. Private message me here. And Rich puts down as a headline, Pumpkins wins the championship, which actually happened because Rich was one of the most skilled, fantastic customers, owners, team owners that I had in my entire history of the fantasy sports game company, and his team called the Pumpkins, and Rich was a fantastic team owner and manager, and they won a lot. So, and in various different sports as well, but I know your favorite has to be, still to this day, it's the one you started with me with, and it's the one in real life, your favorite, baseball. Perhaps the most the favorite of the true, tried and true, historical, what do they say, traditional sports fan, baseball. My favorite as well. Anyway, so here's the deal. Put a headline in the back. Now, there's lots of ideas of what you can say in a headline. I will help you. Contact somebody else who's a marketing expert, and they will likely help you. But key is, do not do this thing. So I'll give you an example, just a few off the top of my head. You could do something, well, let's look at the headline that I put right here on this video. See, that's done to attract people to click and say, let me maybe watch that video, because I use curiosity. That's one of the things you might use in the ad. Are you making this mistake? What mistake? I got to find out. I got to click, or I got to read the rest, or I got to read your ad, or I got to open your brochure now, or I got to click on your email because the subject line is the headline of an email, right? So I got to find out. If you're in person at a networking event, you have a headline, and they say, what do? You have something that creates curiosity or something else to get them to ask, wow, how do you do that? Or tell me more, or something. So you use a headline, okay? So curiosity is one way. You see, I use that. Using numbers, being specific, people like that. If I would have said here are 3 ways to make your ad and to improve your ad. Here are the top 5 ways. I put number 1. It's the number 1 mistake. So I got a number in there. That's a good thing to do. I put mistake because negative words have shown always, historically, in every survey you'll ever see, to perform better than positive words. And the reason behind that is possibly positive words are more cliched or less believable. Everyone says, you know, if you go get a pizza tonight, it's Friday night, you order a pizza, it's going to come to your house, and what's the box going to say? You've tried the rest? Now try the best. I mean, of course, it's the best. You know, everyone says that, and it's overused, and it's cliched, and no one believes it anyway. So using a more negative term in your headline gets more attention. So I could have said, here's the number 1 way to improve your ad. I could have said that, right? It would be include a headline. But I said, here's the number 1 mistake, which is not including the headline, and the mistake word gets a better response than if I would have said, here's the number 1 way to be effective. I say, here's the number 1 mistake. What else did I do? I use the word you in the headline. That's a powerful word in the headline. You want to use the word you and personalize the headline to the reader. So the reader is now in their mind interested in, yeah, am I making this? I got to find out. I got to find out what's the mistake, and I got to know if I'm making it because I want to stop making that. Ads cost me money. I don't like throwing around money and not getting money back, so I better click on this and watch this video. What else did I put? I asked a question. I think I said that. Asking a question. Well, yeah, no, I think I started with curiosity, but asking a question is good too because it opens that loop. It gets people to think, I got to get an answer to that question. I got to know, am I making it? I got to find out what it is. I got to find out if I'm making it. I got to click. So I got you and your ads. I got this, creating curiosity. What is this? I got the number 1, using a number in there. I got a mistake, something negative that people want to avoid. People will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. And so I use a number of things right there in the headline. There's more you can do, but certainly doing this is not it. So how would I fix this? Anyone that's watching Rich, 5 reasons why the Mets can't win. Just 5? Oh, I'm so depressed. The Mets. My beloved Mets, who are supposed to be having a great year. And sure, the excuse is all the injuries, but give me a break. I mean, look who's pitching tonight. The guy who's pitching tonight was the opening day starter for like the last 5 years in a row, and the Mets all-star missed a big shot, and he just went out partying his brains out the night before his last start and didn't even show up at the game. I mean, that's the Mets of 2017, is it not? So there's something going on there. And I think I couldn't even bring myself to read the story, but it was something about he went to play golf anyway, or he just called up and said he had a headache or something. But then they found out he was partying until 3 in the morning. And this is a pitcher, for crying out loud. They play once every 5 days. You'd think of all the days not to go out partying until 3 a.m., it might be the one day, the next day, that you got to play. For crying out loud. Don't these guys make like 10, 20 million a year? I mean, it's outrageous. And anyway, there's lots more reasons the Mets can't win. And look at the tangent you got me off on with my beloved Mets. They are not doing good this year. So I'll leave you with this. How might I improve this? Number 1, even if I wanted to focus on the price, I might ask a question and say, can you really get the valleys? Because this area where these are, Scottsdale, Gilbert, this is called, and here, even Deer Valley. I mean, this is called the Valley. So I could have said, can you really get the Valley's best Botox for only $7.50 a unit? See, I could turn it into a question that might evoke somebody saying, I got to read the next thing to find out if that's really true, or could I, or how I. Or I might say something like, the number 1 mistake women in the Valley make when they get Botox treatments. I got to read and find out what that's all about. But I might not want to bury the lead if I'm going to go with this discount thing. I'd put that into the headline, but I'd put it in a headline. I certainly wouldn't put the name. Nobody gives a crap. I'm sorry, Mr. Affiliated Dermatology. No one gives a crap what's the name of your thing at the top of the ad. They'll only care if they're going to call or go there. Well, what the heck's the name of the place? That's what they're thinking. Also, by the way, I'm so proud of my name. I put it at the top of my ad. People are thinking, what the heck's the name of the place? Because I got to go there or call. They're not thinking, oh, the name. How great. Now I'm going to call because it's called affiliated. Because it's called affiliated dermatology. Wow, that's what I'm going to call. Big mistake. And look at all the great space of the ad they wasted here. They wasted the top, I don't know, 20% of the ad. You're paying for every inch of this postcard, by the way. You wasted 20% of the ad on your name and your logo. Okay, instead of giving people a reason why to give you a call. You also could have said something in the copy about 1 out of every number of callers, or only a certain number of callers get it, or 1 out of every whatever, some reason to call you. Okay, so I could do a lot of things. If I thought about it or planned it out, I could have done a lot of things to improve this, but this, absolutely, the way it's done, it's not only really bad, but it's even worse than bad. It's going to attract the wrong people in. So you might even lose money on these treatments. They might cost you to deliver I mean, your overhead's fixed costs, but with the amount of time that you have to pay someone to do it and what it costs to inject the Botox into them, you might lose money on this and then find they're not coming back. Of course not. They were price shoppers. You attracted them and said, we love price shoppers. And what do price shoppers do? They shop for price. They sit at home waiting for the next postcard, email, text message, ad, website, anything they can find with another discount of Botox, and that's where they're going for the next one. They're not coming back to you, so this is Loser City. Whoever you are, contact me. I'll help you out. That's it for today. Foundation Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back tomorrow with Success Story Saturday. And if you want to be featured in one of my upcoming, my weekly Success Story Saturdays, contact me, and I will let you know, because not only does this go out live all over Facebook, but then it goes onto my blog, onto my podcast, it goes out to my email list, it goes on YouTube, it goes all over Facebook. There's 5 different pages or so that I have out of the 20. I put on like 5 of them. Where else does it go? Wherever. Goes all over the place. So if you want me to promote you, got to have a great success story to tell. I'll be telling one tomorrow on Success Story Saturday. Have a fantastic Mother's Day weekend. Thank you, Rich. Anyone else here live? Thank you, anyone watching on the replay. Here's to getting the heck your name and logo off the top of your ad. Getting better results. Just that one little thing will make a big difference. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Thanks for being here. Talk to you again tomorrow.